The time has come to review or start my review process for the Samsung Galaxy A71. This is a device that's highly anticipated by a lot of people, man. I'm one of them. You know, I grabbed the A51, which I have on hand, and I'll compare the two phones. There's about $100 difference in between the two. But with that, you get a 6.7-inch display, 6 or 8 gig version, Snapdragon 730. You get that 64 megapixel camera on the back of this one as the main shooter. You got a 4,500 milliamp hour battery. Those are some of the main differences between the two. This one still runs Android 10, One UI 2, you know what I'm saying? So the cameras, though, you get a 64, 12, a 5, and a 5. And the front is pretty much the same with 32 megapixel. That's pretty dope, though. 32 megapixels on front cameras, they're looking for you to vlog. Like I said, the difference is about $100 between the two. Man, watch it with the knife, Jack. Let's get this unboxing on. Woo. Now let's go to the top here. There's probably a case in here. Hopefully it is. Yep, there it is. Those of you guys who always ask about a case, these do come with cases. Just look at the top of your box. That's all you need to do. I'm not rocking with the case right now, so we'll put that back up in here. You get your headphones, standard Samsung headphones, your Type-C cable, and your charger. Now this charger should be 25 watts. This is crazy right here. Let's see if I can zoom a little bit. See if you guys can see that. Oh, there we go. 25 watt fast charging is what this phone has to offer for you. So let's put this all aside and let's get the phone. I went with the black this time. Remember, I went with the black on the A70, and I have a white. Version of the A51. So you get the Infinity O display, quad camera, super fast charging is what they're claiming here. We'll get this aside. Let's get it powered up. Let's take a look around. Here it is right here. This will attract fingerprints because it's the black version, but it's got that nice shiny design, man. This is the middle ground, folks. This is the one that you've been looking for. This is the one that's probably going to be the most exciting, the closest in the center. This is it. So you got your quad camera set up right there. Just killer design. It's pretty much exactly like the design on the A51, which I will bring it in, don't worry. And then you got this nice shimmer like they have on this side right here. You got your SIM tray on the top left, and on the right you got power button and volume. And just going out by the position of this, it's actually pretty high. It's fire. So these come with a built-in screen protector, so you don't have to buy one if you don't want one. I do have screen protectors for the A51 though. On the bottom you got Type-C, a headphone jack, speaker out, microphone, and you got a microphone up top too. So we're gonna test this out. So I'm gonna get this set up. Whoa, boy, it is time to get it on, folks. It is time to get it popping on here, this channel. Let's get it. So using smart switch is probably the best way to do it. I connected it wirelessly to the A51, and it immediately grabbed it and it transferred like super fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the process. Let's get it going. So you just hit transfer, and boom, it starts to go, and there it is. Copying everything. Alright guys, here's some footage from the A71. It's a little windy out, so I had to move to a different spot, but it's still windy. So I just want to give a quick sample in this video of the coverage, the phone. This is standard, and I'm gonna move to wide in a second. Alright, here's wide. Standing in the same spot. It's pretty much got a little bit of vignetting with this phone on the wide angle, but still doable. Alright, decided to come up to the office and hold the phone and do some video. Outside, it's so bright out, and you know, I just don't like how it looks outside. It looks pretty good for the rear camera, but the front camera, it's really, really bright, so you can't get a gist of the color representation. Phone looks good in bright sunlight, though, for the screen. If you're wondering about that, it gets pretty bright. But anyway, here's the front camera. All right, this is dual SIM with the SD card slot, just like the A51. This is actually a really sweet device, man. The screen is beautiful, and I just can't complain at this point. First impressions, this is actually, from the first part of this video, this is about an hour and some change later, because I've been playing with it. I charged up a little bit. As you can see, I got all my apps and everything on here. It's set up just like the A51 because I did the transfer. I like the wallpapers on the A71. It's very vivid. Let me show you here. I like this wallpaper, those two right there. They're really nice. They're not available on the A51. I guess they gave these specifically to this. So this is a 6 gig, 128 gig model. That's what you're going to get. Hit the link in the description, wirelessplace.com. Be sure to use the code that I gave you to get $10 off. So you can pretty much get this for $3.99. This is a really good phone for $3.99, folks. Going to device here. And here we go. So you got 6 gigs of RAM. I mean, this is 128 gigs, 6 gigs of RAM. Later on, I'll compare and let you know whether it's worth the $100 difference from the two. But right now, the phone is doing fantastic, man. It's on the January security patch out of the box with Android 10. The screen is just a little bit bigger than the A51, but it looks huge. It just looks really, really good, and I'm super impressed with it, man. So again, I've been playing with it for a little bit. You know, the Snapdragon 730 compared to the Exynos processor in there, I really don't see much difference. People say, oh, the Snapdragon is going to be better. I don't see the difference yet in performance, but again, I've only had this for a few hours, so I'm setting up, getting the performance thing in check. But the cameras on here, whoa, really impressive. I'm not surprised. One thing I am surprised at, though, is the vignetting on the wide angle with this phone compared to the A51. Now, when I first get a phone and set it up, I play with it for a little while, then I charge it, I leave it alone, let it charge, then I reboot it. And then I get going with my usage. But I feel like the A71 is just gonna be the best middle ground option for a ton of people. This thing is just blown. Samsung is pretty much blowing past the competition. Now, there are a lot of phones that just released at the recording of this video. Motorola just dropped 2 more phones. Motorola is a nice company, but if I compare the two, Motorola probably beats Samsung because it has stock Android as far as software goes, but I like Samsung's software because it can be customized so well. Like, there is not a lot of phones that have all the customizations built into the device with the skins, the themes, everything that I could change and make this phone look completely different. And that's just what it is. So, but Motorola is releasing pretty much the same phone over and over again with a different name and a slightly tweaked body with the same internals pretty much. And that's what's crazy to me. The pricing is right in line with these two devices, so they're direct competitors. I don't know how the cameras are going to be on the Moto, but they're probably, I don't know how they'll be next to the Samsung. I'm going to have to buy one of those phones just to get in and see for myself. But I will be comparing these two devices, and if you want to see the A51, here it is. Next to it, it's just a little bit bigger, but it feels exactly the same. Like, these phones are perfect in the hand, man. This doesn't feel like it's a 6.7 inch display. A lot of you guys say, gosh, man, you got massive hands, you must be a big guy. Yes. So these screens at 6.5 and then 6.7, these phones just look so good with the full screen display. They're not much difference in size, man. It's just a little bit taller, and it's really nice to be able to get the A51 in finally. I will be comparing these two to each other just so you can see that there's not much difference in the two, man. They perform pretty much the same. This is going to be, and again, this is just first impressions, so just based on what I'm seeing here, you know, you're going to get pretty much some stellar performance in battery out of the A71, because the A51 gets great battery life. So this has an even bigger battery at 4500. So I'm really hoping that you know, they bring the thunder with the battery and performance on the A71. This is a review that you guys have been waiting for me to put down, and you know, it's finally available in the US from my secure source. Remember to hit that link in the description. Wirelessplace.com. Use the code JWilliams altogether like that. You'll see it down there. And then hit that up and get your $10 off this device. So you can grab this device for under $400. And they have free 2-day shipping pretty much anywhere. I don't know if they ship to overseas or whatever, but you have to check it out and put your address in and try to buy it from there. But get with them, leave a comment on the website, or go to their contact if you want to know where they ship to if you're not in the US. But overall, folks, the first impressions of this device, it's killer, man. I knew it would be good, and I really like the facial recognition. Is fairly fast. I got it set to stay on the screen for the facial recognition once it unlocks. I could change it to, you know, unlock, but you know, sometimes if it unlocks and I might not want it to, I got it to stay on the screen. The fingerprint reader is fairly decent. I mean, you know, it's just as fast as the A51. It's about the same actually in my testing, but overall, I think this is going to be a great option if you're a person looking to get into Samsung's ecosystem, or just get into a Samsung device and not break the bank. The Galaxy Note Lite will probably be right in line in performance with this phone right here. They're pretty much the same phones. It just has the S Pen on the other one. Ultimately, folks, that's the difference. And it's got a tweaked processor. Like, the processor is different. Other than that, I highly recommend that you get the A71. If you can live without the S Pen, you know, get the A71. And I'm saying that now even over the A51 because I'm not saying don't buy the A51. Either one of these are sweet. But if you just want the biggest screen possible that Samsung's offering on a tight budget that's really low in price compared to other things, this updated design, this setup, the way they have it, battery, it's got Android 10 right out of the box, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage. It's totally worth it, because if you get a 168 gig version of this with 6 gigs of RAM, it costs just as much as this. It's only like a $40 difference. So you got to be mindful of that. So the 4 gigs on that phone is more than enough. That Exynos processor runs like a champ. So I suggest that you go ahead and grab the A71 right now. Hit the link in the description. I will be covering extensive reviews of this, just like I did with A51. I will be comparing it next to the A51 because that's what you guys want. The screen, folks, is off the charts. It's off the charts. And the photos that I took, with the first photos I snapped, live focus or portrait photos, all boss, it's beast mode on here, man. I'm telling you, the photos on here are fantastic. These cameras just kill it. So with that 64 megapixel, I know megapixels are a thing, but it's got to be something going on right there, man. Samsung is just pulling me farther and farther away from their really expensive phones. So first impressions, Samsung Galaxy A71. Folks, I knew this will be good. If you're not into mid-range phones, you better get into mid-range phones, because this, calling all tech reviewers on a budget. Calling all tech reviewers, get this phone. And be sure to use my link in the description. It's your man Jay. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.